Day 570, day rating is a 6. Got up, tried to do the rest thing again, and felt too good to sleep in, and hit the snooze button 4 times, and finally got up 6:25 to walk the dog. We walked from 6:47 to 7:15. We came in, showered, went to work. Work was a little bit busy in the morning, and things calmed down. And manager came over and said, "Hey, hope you enjoy your vacation." And they said they were going to bring me this little dog thing. Their dog had unfortunately passed away about 2 months ago, so they had a almost what they say like a dog hammock for the back of the car, where you can strap on the back seat, the headrest, to the front seat of the headrest. It creates, depending on how, I guess you could tighten or loosen it, but you could put a little hammock for them to sit down and hang out in. And I was telling her how my dog used to go from my lap, and then when she got bigger, to the passenger seat, and now she's in the back seat. But the last month or so, she's been moving her way up to the middle console, and she likes to just put her head on the elbow rest. And so I feel bad because her front paws are sitting there hanging rested, but her legs are holding her up still. So I try to elevate her so that she can lay down and just relax next to me. And so that's where the hammock came in. And since her dog is gone, she said, I'm just going through stuff, so if you want it, let me know. And sent me a message, said, unfortunately I forgot it today, but I did bring in some pastries, so if you would like different muffins. It was what was it, a coffee cake or a pumpkin muffin, you can have one. So I said, okay, thank you, appreciate it. And then in the day they just said, sorry again, forgot it, but have a safe trip, enjoy, hang out. And they're going on vacation too, because Labor Day, so it's extended weekend. So thank you very much, I appreciate it, and don't worry about it, but it happens. But yeah, I'll try to enjoy the trip, and hopefully you enjoy the trip too. Then on the way back, I was thinking, what do I need? I need a CamelBak. I guess it's called, it's pretty much a replacement, because the other one had a hole in it, but a reservoir for the CamelBak to hold the water. And I went to Walmart, and I think it took me a little while to find it, but I found one, and it's one I can freeze. And it says best results freeze overnight, and then it just keeps the water cold most of the day. So I'm going to test that out tomorrow, but I did rinse it out. It did come with its own straw, so that's good. And then I ate some chips and salsa, and then I had a couple of chicken quesadillas, shared a little bit with the pup. And the pup's right here. She's ready for bed. She's been trying to sleep for at least an hour now. And I got out this little hand massager, and she was really curious about what it was, and then I used it on her, and then she just kind of, what looked like butter, she just totally laid down and relaxed. And she's got a little puppy paw on me, on my lap right here. But she's good. I feel bad she doesn't know that there's a trip coming tomorrow, but she'll be fine. I can try to go for a longer walk and try to run her a little bit, so that she's gonna want to be tired and sleep most of the trip. Since I won't be able to play with her and entertain her. I'm gonna be driving. But then after we ate, my cousin called, and we talked for 2 hours, and we went from catching up to where we're at now, and where we see each other in 5 years, and telling me about the work he's doing, and he's getting involved with church, and the job he does, it's kind of overlapping, and he's guess you want to say in a nutshell, becoming a mentor for some kids, and he's really enjoying the work he does. And he says, hey, I don't get paid much. You probably make more than I do, but I love the work I do, and I love that I have time with my family. And that snowballed in a little bit, and said, I was at the point where about 10 years ago, me and my wife were looking at divorce, and we were separated for about 3 years. And one of the things was, we were making good money. We were bringing in about $6,000 a month, but he said I had 2 jobs, and we had no time together. And every time we were going to go do something like a date night or stuff with the kids, I was too tired to go, and that was a big part of what caused issues. And so we talked about that a little bit, which I've never heard him talk about that with me, so I was trying to be open and give him an open ear, and I'm sure that's hard to still talk about to this day. And thankfully they're in a much better place. They've been together for 10 years now and going strong. He's telling me about his one kid, his eldest kid's in college, I think junior year now. And what else did he say? He brought up a little bit of the counseling that he's doing. He sent me some text messages and talked about people. I knew about some of them. He's talked about kind of gaslighting. Then he talked about the cookie crumble, the cookie jar, and gosh, he gave me all those examples of people like the crumbled, the pebble cookie or the pebble. So pebble is kind of like people that keep you on a line, right? They're just enough there, but they never commit to a relationship, but always enough to keep you talking and thinking there's potential for more, but there's never an actual relationship there. And talked about blocking and just putting up a wall so that if something happens, there's no communication. They just cut you off. And then he said there's ghosting. I was like, yeah, that's pretty common now if you've done any kind of online dating. And he talked about a couple more where just kind of red flags to look for relationships, and he talked about good things to find in relationships. And so it was really interesting to hear his perspective and research. He said he's going to counseling, and it's one of the things that he's been talked about with his counselor, and he said we're definitely in a better place now for it. And so I'm glad we went, and I'm glad I can share this. And he pretty much considers it a gift, like the time that he's had to learn about it and experience it and process it, and now kind of give that knowledge to other people who could be looking for it. And it had kind of come up that he and my mom had gotten closer because he's having like a relationship. He's having his relationship with his mom is tough right now, and so he kind of found my mom and called her, and they were having this communication. He's like, so what about so-and-so? And my mom was telling him about me, and he's like, I don't want to get too in-depth with it. It's his story, but so it's kind of helps come around full circle as far as how we were talking about relationships and family. And my mom kind of thought I needed to hear some of this, and that information is always great. But I had heard about half of the information that he was telling me, but it was just great to hear his perspective and how passionate and how meaningful it was to him. So that was definitely a great conversation. So I thanked him, said, hey, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for trying to reach out. We've been playing phone tag all week, but I really appreciate you taking the time and chatting and giving me the knowledge and information that you have. And I love you as a cousin and as a person, so thank you again. And I hope we can create a better, stronger relationship as family now and move on. So that was great. And then I was talking to another friend after that about just prepping for my trip, and they said, "Are you still packing? Are you still packing? You better be packing right now, and you better have all this and sunscreen, your battery charger, and knife, and extra pairs of shoes, and you make sure you have everything, something there, enough water for you and the dog, and food and snacks, and what are you taking for snacks, and where you're not going to eat enough." And so we had talked for another hour and a half, and I said, "Okay, I really got to go. I got to finish packing." And my bags, you can't see it, but it's on the other side of the bed, so it's in between the bed and the computer. And I just got to roll up a few shirts, and I'm pretty much good to go. I'm going to take another charger, maybe my speaker in case I need it for anything. And then I might bring this light too, a little bike light, and charge it, just that I have something out there for when we're hiking, in case, hopefully we don't get lost, but in case we do. And I got a little fire starter with me. We're not planning on camping, but in the worst case, if we get stuck, we can light what fire we need and find our way back on a trail. So I'm trying to be prepared. So we'll see how it goes. It's going to be about it says 7.5 hour drive. I'm guessing it's going to be longer because there's going to be a little bit of traffic, probably everyone leaving tomorrow out of town. And then I have the pup, so she's going to, I think, panic a little bit not having someone there to pet her. And so we'll probably stop, get a little lunch, walk around a little bit, and then get back in the car and try to calm her down, and then get on the road again. But trying to leave here by 10. Got the alarm set for 5:45 again, so hopefully walk the pup, go for a run, come back. I need to cut my hair still, and then just need to pack her food and throw it all in the car with the crate, and then along with my stuff on the paddleboard, and it'll be good. And then that's it. So road trip tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So run your life with health and happiness. Have a good night.